All right, y'all. So we're about to go through an internal strength flow for overhead prep. So if you have pull-ups or shoulder press or Turkish get-up, something that you're going to be directly overhead, this will be a good, nice, efficient flow to make sure that your joints and your muscles are prepped to output as much force as you can while you're working on your sets. So what you'll need today is a couple blocks. I have two, just yoga blocks, a light long band, a PVC pipe, or something like a pole or something that you can drive into to do a little shoulder flexion. And then see, I have a heavier long band on the rigged up on the squat rack. But if you're using like a door or a hook or something, that works just as well. Okay, so we'll get right into it. We'll start with some cars. So we'll go net cars, two each way. Just nice, moving nice and smooth. Still have to be your slowest cars of the day, especially if this is later in the day for you. Just make it as smooth as possible. We're gonna just warm up our big joints that are gonna be used primarily in whatever movements that you're doing in that overhead position. So let's take those cars back. Good. One more. We're dragging the chin. Drop in that ear towards the back pocket, looking up. Ear towards the other back pocket. Back to your starting position. Okay, just gonna hit a couple spinal segmentation here. So we'll just move through three each. So doing your best to move one vertebra at a time. Head comes up last. Start back at the low back. Again, these don't have to be your strictest ones, but just still take your time. Try to get a nice extension through the spine. Feel the squeeze. So we're going to be using those muscles ideally. Big exhale. One more each. Good squeeze. Start back at that low back. Relax. Okay, a couple thoracic cars. All right, so big hug, a little flexion, rotate, drop that shoulder blade, exhale, extend. Okay, once more that way. Rotate. Remember now here, you're just trying to move the upper back, not the low back. Again, just take your time, get that good extension. Feel those lats, erectors nice and fired up. Good. Once more. Good. Relax. Okay, so now we're going to stand up, grab that light band you have. You're going to make an X. Do your best to have even distribution on each side as you step on it. We're going to go 3 scapula cars each way. So let's start to roll those shoulders forward, shrug up, retract the scaps, keep that. Let the band pull you down. 2 more this way, forward, up, arms staying nice and strong and straight. Feel the scaps. Down. 1 more, forward, up, retract. Let that band pull you down. And let's take it back, retract. Keep that as you shrug up, shoulders roll forward. 2 more. Up, forward. Good, last one. Squeeze, up, forward, and relax. Okay, shoulder cars, 2 on each. This will be our last set of cars here before we start on Pels and rails for external rotation. So you'll see we'll do joints first, just moving through your max safest shoulder. You got joints first, some shoulder flexion, eccentrics, and then some connective tissue prep. So that's always a good workflow really for any big movement you're going to do that day. If you know, want a nice efficient prep to make sure your body's as ready as possible. So we'll switch arms, rotate, just moving through 2 shoulder carves here each. Straight back, slowly rotate. Remember on, especially your shoulder carves, think like you're almost punching away from your body to disassociate that shoulder joint as much as you can from the actual girdle. Breathe, get tension through that core. Keep checking to make sure that the mic stays on during this. Perfect. Relax. Okay, so we're gonna start with some tails and rails. Shoulder external rotation. So have your blocks in line. You want your elbows and wrist 90 degrees. Okay, so sorry if this sounds a little weird while I'm down here, but we're gonna set up. It doesn't really matter if you're in your in range, just as long as you're pretty close to it, just because we're prepping. But if you're gonna be doing overhead prep, ideally you should have a good amount of shoulder external rotation. Okay, so set that thing up, rest the head. So we're gonna go 1 light pails and rails, then we're gonna ramp up pretty quickly to our max effort after that. So let's take a big breath in, brace the core, elbows heavy, start to drive the fist down into the ground, 20% max effort. Just a nice light warm-up set here. Feel that tension through the shoulders. 5, 4, 3, 2, slowly relax. Right to rails, drive the elbows, brace the core, try to barely lift those fists up off the ground so you should feel back of the shoulders nice and fired up. Just again, nice and light here on this first one. 5, 4, 3, 2, slowly relax. Okay, so like I said, now we got 2 max effort pails and rails. We're gonna ramp up pretty quickly here. All right, so big breath in, brace up, and let's start to get those fists nice and heavy into the blocks. 20%, 40, 60, whole body, 80, max effort, hold. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, relax. Rails, 3, 2, 1. Try to rotate those fists off the ground and hold. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, relax. Couple recovery breaths here. We got 1 more. So here we go. Big breath in. Brace the core. Start to drive those fists down. 20%. 40. 60. Whole body. 80. Max effort. Hold. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Slowly relax. Okay. Rails. 3, 2, 1. Try to rotate off the ground. Hold. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Slowly relax. Okay. Pails and rails done. So now you're going to grab your PVC pipe or whatever you're using. We're going to do some shoulder flexion eccentrics. Okay, so we're going to end up doing 6 total. We're going to change our range of motion a little different on each one. So we're getting all degrees of our shoulder. All right, so nice and upright, tall kneeling position, about 90 degrees, parallel to the ground your arm is right now. So 50% pails, you're driving that PVC down into the ground, holding that tension. So you should feel the shoulder, lat, hinging the hips back, keeping that tension through the PVC the whole time, all the way down to your max shoulder flexion. Relax, boost yourself up. One more like that. Drive that PVC down into the ground. Slowly control yourself down to your in range, hinging through the hips. Okay, now you're going to rotate a tiny bit. So now I'm at like a Y-ish shape. Okay, 50% max effort pails. Keep that tension. Slowly hinge back. Again, pulling yourself to your max shoulder flexion. Relax. Drive that PVC down. Arms stay strong and straight. Slowly control down. Relax. Okay, now rotate a tiny bit more. Now it's more of like close to a T, still at a Y position though. Now again, drive the PVC. Keep the tension. Slowly pull yourself down to your max safest shoulder flexion. Relax. One more. Drive. Slowly pull yourself down. Relax. All right, let's switch that thing up. So side two, I'm nice and straight right now. Arm parallel to the ground. Let's start that 50% max effort. Pails down into the ground. Keep the tension. Slowly lower yourself down to your max safest in range. Ideally, the ears getting about equal to the ear. the arms getting equal to the ear. Once more, drive that PVC. Control it down. Nice and slow. Relax. Okay, a little bit rotation away from the pole. So now you're in that tall Y position. PVC, 50% max effort down into the ground. Keep the tension. Let's slowly hinge back. Two more. Drive that PVC. Keep the tension. Slowly control down. Perfect. Okay, one more rotation, just a little bit this way. Now closer to a T. Drive that PVC. Keep that tension through the core. Shoulder, lat, control yourself down. Push yourself up. Once more, good tension. Keep that all the way down. Relax. Nice. Okay, last little series here. This is going to be connective tissue specific prep for our lats and scap area. So this band's a little heavier than that light band that I was using earlier. So see, it's right around this rig. So what you're going to do is you're going to put one, each hand into each loop like this, just to save your grip. It's fine if you hold it like this, but I prefer to do it like this, so I don't have to use my grip. I can just focus on the lats. Okay, so we're gonna move through 3 zones here, 3 reps each. Okay, so what? I'm in a nice little split stance. It's fine if you stand like this as well, but I just feel more stable like this. So you're gonna pull those elbows down towards your side as much as you can. Okay, so you see I'm a little extension of my upper back. Scaps are retracted. Lats are nice and fired up right now. So I'm going to keep this tension. I'm going to chicken wing those elbows out as much as I can. And then I'm going to break the band. Coming back in, trying to hold those elbows nice and tight toward the side. 2 more like that. I'm nice and active here. Chicken winging up. Breaking the band down. This band's a little heavy, but that's okay. You can honestly use this as your whole workout if you want to, but getting a little muscle in after is going to be really nice. Okay, now you're going to take a little step back. Now same thing, elbows down. Now you see I'm kind of in front of my body. Retract those scaps, a little extension through the upper back. chicken wing out, come in, break the band, keeping all that intention on those lats, scaps, all the way up. Break that band. One more here, all the way up. Break that band. Relax. Okay, last one here. So one more step back. Now you see my arms are going to be almost strong and straight. Slight bend in the elbow. Still think like you're pulling them down toward your side. Okay, keep the retraction. Again, chicken wing out. Control it in. Break the band. Two more. Good tension through the lats, upper back. Should be nice and fired up depending on how heavy the band you're using is. One more. Break that band. And relax. Okay, so now we have 3 overhead scap cars, and then you'll be nice and prepped up for your overhead movements. Okay, so now you're going to take the band, hold it in the hands. Give me a nice little hinge forward. So arms are nice and strong and straight, ideally right next to the ears. Now let's start with some retractions. You're going to pull the band straight down, retract the scaps back, let the band pull you up, shoulders roll forward to protraction, pull the band down toward the pocket, retract, band comes up, shoulders roll forward. One more this way, squeeze the lats down toward the pockets, retract the scaps, let the band pull you up, protraction down. Then we're going to take it back the other way. So you're going up, retract, pull the band down while the scapula stay retracted. Shoulders roll forward to protraction. Let the band pull you up. 2 more. Retract at the top. Squeeze that band down. Shoulders forward.